Hello and welcome to this special broadcast here on i24NEWS. Israel at war. Dozens of Hamas terrorists infiltrating into Israel this morning, taking citizens hostage, roaming around the streets of Israeli towns, shooting all over. There are still, as we speak, shootouts between security forces and terrorists in Israeli territory. The head of Hamas military wing, Mohammed Deif, announcing it is the beginning of a war.
The media war is on.
This is a revenge operation against the Israeli military.
I can still hear actually interceptions happening overhead as we speak.
It is Saturday morning, October 7th, 2023. Jews across the nation ready to celebrate the holiday of Simchat Torah.
It's going to be the greatest understatement ever. Israel was caught off guard. They took over villages and communities, and the army was not ready. There was a rave with hundreds of people participating, and they had to deal with armed Hamas terrorists coming their way. The head of the Sharon Negev Regional Council, Ophir Liebstein, has been killed.
The worst part about it is that we don't actually know really what's going on.
A slaughter in multiple Israeli towns as we speak.
Citizens of Israel were at war.
I think the Israeli public would have to understand that words don't cut it anymore.
IDF is flooding the Israel South and Israel's border community.
It is an apocalyptic scene as you're driving here through the South.
We can't assume that people have been killed. We can't assume that people have been kidnapped.
Our blood is figuratively and literally boiling at the scenes.
It is heartbreaking, truly, to be here at a medical center.
I am genuinely speechless.
They entered the kibbutz, and as far as I'm talking to you now, we didn't get any message about them leaving the kibbutz.
There is still a lot of uncertainty going on down south.
Between 35 to 40 dead, alive people in Gaza.
The township of Netiv Asara has been liberated from Hamas fighters.
Well, we're still in the fog of war.
So many questions, so little answers.
There are many questions regarding all of the people in the highest echelons because Hamas clearly had the upper hand.
According to health sources there, over 160 people have been killed in Israeli Air Force strikes across the Gaza Strip, and this is just the beginning of the Israeli retaliation.
In around 7 different border communities, Hamas is still present there, and in 3 of them, they are in control totally.
The IDF forces, as we speak, is engaged in a battle to take over Israeli territory.
There are something like 50 Israelis in a dining room inside the kibbutz held by Hamas.
You see this woman, she's been crying for a couple of hours. She's waiting to hear news from close relatives.
We have 2 communities, at least 2 communities, where we know that there are hostages. We're speaking of hostages still inside Israel, inside Israeli territory, held by Hamas terrorists.
We got people who were dead on arrival. Some of them died during the resuscitation.
From each house to each house, we hear them outside, we hear them shooting.
The last thing that Israel needs is a mistake.
Israel is at war, and that war is reaching Tel Aviv right at this very moment. As we're sitting here in this studio, we are hearing the booms, loud booms outside.
Here in Sderot, gunfire heard inside of the city. That's because there's still a standoff between Hamas and the Israeli military.
Kalev, I've been following this since it began this morning, and I can say that I have never seen this amount of dead bodies in one day on in videos.
Amit, I understand you have concerns. A friend of yours, Noah, footage on social media showing her being abducted.
I got texts from them. They're hiding. They're waiting for people to come to help. And they've been abducted, as I can see. We all saw these videos, and we knew certainty that's what happened.
In the morning, my nephew, he's 8 years old, Michael, he called his grandfather that terrorists came to the house and they killed daddy, and then they killed mommy, and he doesn't know what to do. I tried to talk to the police, to the army. Nobody is helping me. I mean, nobody is getting to these children, and they have to be saved because they're alone for 12 hours inside of the house with the parents dead.
There's some areas in Israel that emergency services can make it. Ambulances can make it. The IDF can't make it there.
The situation hasn't changed since 6:30 in the morning. I want to wake up in the morning and tell myself this was only a dream.
Israel has the right to defend itself and its people. Full stop.
This war will take time. It will be difficult. Challenging days are ahead, but I can assure you one thing. We will win.
I would say this is the magnitude of calamity of 9/11.
They're used to mass casualty events, but not to this magnitude.
Dearest viewers, you are probably, like the rest of us, feeling confused and scared and sad. We don't know exactly what happened. We definitely do not know what will happen, but we're in it together. Stay strong, stay resilient. Thanks for watching.